Just good friends.
You ever been to Leeds? Anyone ever been to Leeds?
Leeds, yeah. Sorry, I have been there, and I passed that last week. Was in Yorkshire.
Oh.
The 90s thing, fancy dress party. I went, and then another couple of dressed up as like Jack and Rose from Titanic. She made a boat out of like cardboard.
It's tenuous though, isn't it? Because it's like, just because it came out in 1997, I mean, it's like fucking Edwardian time setting.
Well, it's a big.
Come on.
It's one of the biggest films. Like somebody came as Genie from Aladdin.
I mean, someone could have gone as fucking Braveheart.
Yeah, they could have done.
That's bullshit, but that's like set in like 1307 or whatever. Chris will probably know the year. When's the Battle of Bannockburn?
Bannockburn, to know.
13th century, 12 something. Play a little game. When was the Battle of Bannockburn?
It's my job.
It's my job to do boring games with numbers. Don't cheat.
No, I'm saying 1200s.
1290s, you reckon?
Maybe.
I turn up as like an infantryman from the Battle of Bannockburn. I saw 1290s. What's that?
No, it might have been
19.
13.
I'm sorry.
1300s, maybe 12, early 13.
Do you want me to tell you when it was?
Oh no, 13, 14.
Yep, 13, 14.
Early 13. But I'd like to think the groundwork for that was being laid in the 1200s.
Oh, yeah, 100%, yeah. I mean, how quickly would fashion change back then?
What?
Really? What? It's just not like... it was like boohoo.com or whatever back then.
Pretty little...
Boohoo.
Scott, I don't know.
Scottish.
That's
yeah.
good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Are we-
Spring, summer, 13, 14. Those pointy shoes.
I thought you were doing a song for a minute. Spring, summer, winter, fall. All you got to do is call. And I'll be there. Yes, I will. I thought that's what you thought. I don't know.
Have we started now?
I don't know.
What are we doing? Am I recording? I don't know.
I
Jesus Christ.
You're the
Yeah, we got all that. We've got all that gold.
Perfect.
Hello and welcome to the Great British Shitcom, the show in which we watch some potentially forgotten sitcom classics to see if they stood the test of time. I'm Mark, and as ever, I'm joined by my co-host Chris Wood.
Hello.
And Chris Jones.
Am I also a co-host?
I don't think I even said hello on the last episode. I might just went straight in. I don't think we even introduced.
Yeah,
Am I a co-host?
You've always 6 series worth of being a co-host. Yeah.
Yeah, but you never introduced us as co-hosts. We'd usually like this as more like contributors, really, than co-hosts.
I mean, this is a copy.
We don't really do much hosting.
I didn't even realise this was like a podcast. I thought we was just having a chat, and the microphones were so Mark could listen back later.
It's essentially that is what we do. Yeah, it's just for my own benefit. I just like laugh on my own, listening to it later.
Yeah, I think this is always said co-host. This is just a copy and paste job. So unless I've updated some later ones.
You surprised me.
Well, yeah.
Season 6, episode 2. We're off.
We are up and running. Feeling good.
So
A little bit
series,
more
more like series 6.
We've all got a Fanta Orange Zero Sugar can of drink. Other cans of drink are available.
That's why Mark got kicked off Coca-Cola's marketing board. Just not a catchy enough name, was it? Can do it. Come on.
Cola flavoured can of drink.
The can's not big enough. Come on, it's only 330ml. Come on, shorten it.
Can of drink.
And for this episode, we're watching Queenie's Castle. Mm-hmm. Will one of you two like to read the premise out for Queenie's Castle?
Christian, do it. He chose it.
A popular North Country vehicle for Diana Dors, who starred as the indomitable and downright blunt Queenie Shepherd, drinker of light ale, not by the glass, by the crate, owner of a stout Yorkshire accent, and a bitter ruler of the roost in her own castle. But it's not a castle.
It's a roost.
It's a tower block named Margaret Rose House, situated in the regally named Buckingham Flats. Written by Willis Hall and Billy Lyer.
So, Billy Lyer, I believe, is a program that these two people wrote.
That's a play, I think.
That's not his actual name. It's William Lyer to
Why
you.
for that?
He's got you again.
Written
Please,
by
the name.
William Hall - Billy Lyer.
Yeah, so
Who is Billy Lyer?
That's what he
I don't know. I always write it that way. See, the person that wrote it, I think.
Right,
that
well,
playing.
you've trapped me with language then, Mark, and you've made me look right, Mug, because I
Sucker.
said it was written by Billy Liar. I was thinking it was written by Willis Hall, Billy Liar, Keith Waterhouse, and Billy Liar again. 2 credits. He did double the
He wrote
writing.
twice as much,
He said,
yeah.
I've written twice as much as everyone else here. I'm putting my name on twice.
I've got 2 pens. I've got 2 hands.
Ambidextrous. Series.
So he did like that John at Rosie and Jim. He put 2 pens in the same hand.
It's just one river. Yeah, but it's 2 lines. Double the work. Outputting at 100% here. There was 3 series
200%,
and 18 episodes. I only put 50% in when I'm at work.
This is fucking nonsense. Absolutely unintelligible nonsense. This is shit.
What do you mean?
We were planning on doing another episode after this, and we were talking nonsense.
Sorry.
Right at the beginning of the second episode.
We got talking about numbers. I got distracted.
Shut up. Right.
Right, anyway, so old William Liar has been putting down the script to this for 3 series and 18 episodes. It was aired between 1970 and 1972. Yep, that's 3 years, enough for a season a year. Quick maths there. Series rating, do you want to guess series rating? That's everyone's favourite part.
It's always really high, isn't it? So like 6.8.
That's not high. Is that high? Is that high to you? 6.8?
It's always higher than I think it will be, I mean.
I don't remember. This was 7.4. I don't remember.
Oh, he doesn't remember. 7.4 exactly.
Is it 7.4? No way.
Can't believe I got it.
It stars Diana
Can't believe I got the
Dors.
number in the notes that I wrote myself.
Stars Diana Dors from The Amazing Mr. Blunden. Tony Counter. Tony Counter, the drafts magnate. Legend of Robin Hood. Barry Rutter from The Liverbirds. Freddie Fletcher, who's in Kess. Brian Marshall, who is in the Crankies electronic comic. And today's episode that we're going to watch is episode 1 of series 1, We Humbly Beseech. And this episode only got a rating of a 6.8 out of 10, so below average for the series. Question, what do you know of the theme tune? Image it will be.
It says image, doesn't it? Yeah.
It always has.
Yeah.
If not, it's just not changed it. Have you?
Copy and paste job.
Diana revolving doors, as I call her.
Yep.
I reckon there'd be a little
Sliding
drawbridge. Little drawbridge into the castle.
What, like in the opening credits? You mean like the
yeah.
actual
Not
physical
the actual-
drawbridge?
No, I
All
think-
colours.
This block of flats is built to withhold a siege.
Diana Dors is
What's
boiling up
that
some
on the
pitch.
roof? Is that a water tower? No, that's for hot oil.
How many times have we done this exact sequence of jokes? in this episode?
It's not much light. It's not much light in here. No, well, that's the arrow slits for you. Right. Double glazed.
Theme tune. I had no idea what this would be. So it's like Liverpudlian.
I think it's be castle noises.
It's going to be like, you know, when you go on and you can't sleep at night, so you go into YouTube, like 3-hour relaxing castle noises. And it's like the sounds of like some carts going down, like a blacksmith's hammer.
Joe,
I think we're trying to be like some sort of like regally sort of music, like trumpets or something.
Yeah,
like a bit
I
like
see that. Ironically, regal because I've obviously Steve. Fuck Steve. As Chris mentioned. As Chris mentioned, the name of the flats is like Buckingham Flats. No, that's I don't know about you, but I think that's hilarious. I think that's funny because there's like, it's like Buckingham Palace.
Yeah.
But it's
Nelson Mandela.
council estate.
Nelson Mandela council estate. Only Fools and Horses.
No, it's a Mandela House, isn't it?
House. Thank you. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why that's funny. Well, why is it supposed to be funny?
At the time, it was a joke.
Because he was imprisoned, wasn't
yeah.
he? Yeah. Margaret Thatcher said he was a terrorist, so cool lady. Yeah. Good Prime Minister.
she's good in the crown.
Oh,
She's what?
I said she was good in the crown.
oh right.
What do you think I said?
I said, yeah, she's
Yeah.
good in the ground.
Oh no, I said she was good on the crown. Sorry.
And now she's dead.
Yeah. Happy ending for everyone.
Right.
No, but the classic 1-2 punch of having a stroke and then being dead. So that's quite a good happy ending for everyone, wasn't it?
That's what they put on the death certificate, wasn't it? A classic 1-2 punch. Doctor called it. Like, we should diagnose it as it's a classic 1-2 punch.
Sounds like a dance move.
Yeah.
1-2 punch.
The Thatcher shuffle.
Slide to the right.
Yeah.
Would
Left side don't work.
would you like to? Would you like to read the episode premise?
Yeah, go on, I'll do it.
There you go.
We humbly beseech, series 1, episode 1. Episode premise. Queenie's not happy about how the men in her life have been behaving. Bonnie realises that her mood might have something to do with the date. And the neighbour reveals that the residents have been signing a petition. Why is this so bad? Why has this podcast gone so bad?
It's been a while since we've done it. You know, we haven't seen each other for a while. We're just quite excited to be back. That's all. It's fun. I'm sure someone's enjoying it somewhere.
Let's just watch it then, I suppose.
All right then. Well, we're going to go watch it. So we'll see you after this. Queenie's Castle, episode 1. We humbly beseech. So we just watched Queenie's Castle, series 1, episode 1. We humbly beseech. What did you guys think of that?
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right.
All right, let's talk about it in 2 parts then, because I like this. But if we separate the comedy from the storytelling aspect, I thought that was really good.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if it was really good. I mean, it was not terrible. Like, the characters were a bit weird, but at least it had a coherent story you could follow, and everything that happened was believable in the context of the episode. It wasn't like anything was happening. You're thinking, "Oh my god, what are they doing?" Like, it was quite.
I think that some of the characters, I didn't fully understand a couple of her sons. So just to establish who we've got in this, we've got Diana Dors, the matriarch in this, is like the main character essentially, who plays Queenie. Then she's got I think 2 or 3 sons.
I think she's got 3 sons.
The oldest one is her brother-in-law.
She's got 3 sons and the brother-in-law.
But why did the other one have a different surname? That's what
I think he had a middle name, because I think he said something Fairborough Shepherd.
Right. Okay. I thought that was a different surname.
But yeah, he kind of paused between saying Joseph Fairborough Shepherd.
Yeah,
because
really,
obviously he looks like a bit of a div, so I think he paused to look at him.
Yeah, like he did look a little bit slow, and I don't think the camera work helped that, because it
kept going in on him.
It zoomed in on him and held on him for quite a long time when he didn't have any dialogue. That was
weird,
really strange.
Faces.
But I felt the characters were like there enough for you to slowly start falling into like clearly defined characters. So like, as I said, you got the matriarch, you got the 3 sons, you got the one that's a little bit slow, the youngest one, and then you got the one that he just walks around in that nothing but leather waistcoat, which I'm sure you can identify with.
The joke is his name is Douglas Fairbanks Shepherd. Mm-hmm. Douglas Fairbanks was a really famous silent actor who was in like Robin Hood and stuff and The Mask of Zorro.
Oh, okay. Well,
Douglas Fairbanks.
That's quite clever then, though, because the camera was on him a lot of the time and he was just silent.
Yeah, it works.
I mean, hopefully that was intentional. Does anyone watch Gogglebox at all?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is it Ellie, the 2 northern girls? She reminded me of Diana Dors in this.
Okay.
The way she was speaking. Thought I'd flag that as well.
With a northern accent.
Yeah, blonde woman with an accent.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I don't know. It's really weird when it wasn't too bad, was it? There's not much more like mentalness about it, was it?
We can talk a little bit about the camera work. So, I got down for the introduction. There was like a brass band playing, and I initially thought it was just like a recording of a brass band playing, which I think some of them were just people that just turned up, maybe that lived in that tower block. Maybe they were just standing there. And then a car comes bombing in, and at the back of it, they take out loads of bottles of beer. But just talk about the camera work, the way it was shot, where I think the 3 sons had lined up, they were chucking beers out, and the camera just followed them all along before panning up to Margaret Rowe's house, where they live, obviously, and that's the establishing scene for the entire sitcom. That's just how it kicks off everything. I just thought that was really well done. Like we don't tend to watch many like first episodes, but of ones we have seen, I thought this is one of the best ones we've seen.
Yeah, it was very efficiently set up, and without any dialogue really as well.
Yeah.
Did you just say that?
No, not for this section, but yeah, for that as well.
Yeah, so that was quite efficiently and skillfully done. I think they introduced the dynamic between the family and everyone who and their community that they live in, the characters, how they interact. All very efficiently done. I was quite interested by the actual setting itself. I was just reading about the actual flats that they lived in. It's been demolished. It was demolished 8 years later due to social problems in that area. Like I said. But it was like the largest social housing complex in Britain at the time. In Leeds. Quite interesting, like modernist looking block of flats. But, no, yeah, it was well set up. But then it kind of fell into like in the Dustbin Men. It was like a sort of familiar kind of dynamic of like being like an antisocial family, and everybody that live around them in the community are sick of them, and they're sort of they get up to scrapes and steal things. And
well, they did up with that kind of like in the scene. They just established like loads and loads of stuff one upon the other, wasn't it? It was like you had the side of pork or the side of bacon, and then you chopped those trees down. And you've been out thieving or whatever, and it was like
that's essentially the first scene was just her listing things that they'd done.
Yeah. But I don't know if anti-hero is the right term in this, but they were, I thought, likable bad guys.
Yeah, I think maybe,
Because the difference between this and the Dustbin Men is that they were just knobs, so you couldn't enjoy them, and nobody rooted for them. Whereas in this, I found myself kind of wanting.
No, yeah, they were quite charismatic, like especially Diana Dors was.
She was a really strong, really strong female lead in this. I thought.
Yeah. She was, I was just reading about Diana Dors as well. Like she was like kind of marketed as like the British Marilyn Monroe in like in the late 50s, early 60s. So yeah, but yeah, it was. It didn't have that. It was I don't know if you were about to go on to the camera work stuff, but it was quite odd. Some of it was very strange, but then some of it was really well blocked and well choreographed. Where there were parts where they were running around in the estate and they'd nick things, and then it would stay. It would follow the character running and then stop on a window, and then he'd nick something from there, and it would stay, and he'd run out of shot. Then it would stay on the window, and the woman would come up to the window, and it was all really well. And that whole scene of her being like stalked from her flat to her shot, that was really, and it was like it was filmed like a.
Film, I thought.
Yeah, like when they said like French Connection or something like that. The way it was like handheld, some handheld camera work following her, and then it would come to a wider shot of her walking. It was really weird. It was quite strange. But then there was some other strange decisions. There were loads of really like hard, like crash zooms in on people who weren't even really taking part of the scene. Like it was so weird.
Yeah, like it felt as though the two different people had directed the cinematography for indoors and outdoors.
Yeah.
Because like the outside ones felt a lot more thought about, whereas the inside ones were just like, when just like video cameras came out in like the 70s or 80s, whatever, and you just testing all the buttons whilst recording stuff. So you got all them home movies that you would watch nowadays when you were a kid, and like you got like you zoomed in face of you opening presents at Christmas. Essentially that.
Yeah, and I don't know. They seem to sort of run into like trying to get everyone in the same shot. Like so there were a couple of scenes where it really unnaturally like blocked. Like
table.
They had like a breakfast scene where they had like the world's smallest table and they were all crammed into it, just so they could all fit in the same shot.
Yeah.
I guess because it's like a small set. It was like a small set anyway, because it's like a little council
and a 4x3 frame as well that would be shot in.
Yeah. Not like a
16:9.
Yeah, probably shoot it on IMAX film nowadays.
It would be.
Yeah, and then in the cake shop, like they had to resort to both of them, but like it looked like what's it, Smith and Jones, where they had the head and head thing.
Yeah,
it was
reference.
Mental. They were so close together, and they had like cakes like millimeters from their face when I was walking. No, there was no what's it called, spit guard. What are those things called?
Sneeze guard.
Sneeze guard. Spit.
Well, to be fair, either or, you wouldn't want to be. You'd want to be guarding against, wouldn't you?
It's like they say, there's no smoke without fire. There's no spit without sneeze.
That's true. It seems to be more a matter of intent, doesn't it? Where sneeze seems to be accidental,
Yeah.
where spit is like malicious.
One's
Fucking cakes.
Yeah, one's accidental, one's full of hate. Yeah. So let's just go through the overarching story of this. We don't have to. We don't have to do it point by point.
It's very, no, it's very light touch, and it's
Oh.
quite because it's. I guess it's because it's the establishing episode, and it's more about establishing the characters and the family and stuff. So there's a very, very light theme, so which we were relieved by. Because I don't think we could have handled anything more complex. it was very basic. And to be fair, I think we have a very low bar because you were so impressed that like they set something up that paid off.
Yeah.
You were like, yes, I remember that. And so did they. They did it. They did it.
Right. So we've done about 20 odd of these episodes now, at least. And how often does that happen? Where
About 4 or 5, maybe.
so rarely. So it was just very nice for me to go, oh, okay, something's happened. Something from the past has actually paid off. So it was just nice to see. But that in particular, was anyone like to go into what that was about with the signatures?
The woman who lived below them is their arch nemesis, and fittingly she's called Mrs. Petty, which is petty woman. To be fair though, it sounds like a nightmare to live with.
Yeah.
I'd be furious.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, you'd be well annoyed.
Basically, she'd got a petition going, and like loads of people had signed it in the block of flats to have them evicted from their flat.
How many signatures were on the list?
400 and something. 490.
Even with this.
What?
So
What was it? 490.
So she needs
She needs to get
500
500.
signatures.
Oh, so she must have had 495.
Yeah, she did.
Good maths. Good maths. Oh, yeah, as soon as they went to the numbers and the position, Mark's getting pricked up. I was like, oh,
Yeah, oh, hang on.
write it down.
I genuinely sat there, was like, there's 5 of them. Genuine thought entered my mind. I see where this is going.
So the aforementioned stalking scene was them following her to work in the cake shop that she owns and runs, a small business entrepreneur. And they went to she used some psychological techniques to freak her out, and she started signing the petition for psychology. Okay. But then she was like, "Oh yeah, we want to be chucked out because we'll get compensation and stuff."
Yeah, she was reluctant to it. I'd have said it was more the other woman that she was talking to in the cake shop. First of all, Nora Batty from Last of the Summer Wham. She was there. She seemed to be falling for it. Couldn't quite work out.
In fact, she was famous for having. She was famous for wearing her like the waistline of her jeans really, really far down, which is where low batties comes from.
Yeah. Happy with that? No.
Not really, no.
One thing that we established at the start as well, that and we mentioned before this, that the premise that it was about a date of sorts, and it turns out it was a birthday.
There was not a single reference to dried fruit in the episode, and I was upset about
it. Wasn't, yeah.
No.
Shed a
I was
tear.
expecting at least a monkey to get poisoned. I was hoping that's going to come off once.
Queenie catches it in midair. Bad dates.
Dates are kid.
I don't understand that reference.
That would have been in a
A very
cake shop.
specific reference to Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Not seen that film.
That would have been Mrs. Petty's date on walnut cake. Bad date on walnut.
Yeah, and the final episode, Mrs. Petty's face gets melted.
That one I get.
But yeah, no, it was her birthday, wasn't it? And they'd forgotten her birthday, so that's why the kid nicked the plant pot, azalea.
Oh, right, so.
Yeah.
And then Mrs. Petty came knocking about the azalea,
Yep.
and that was a joke.
And that was weird. And then she said about throwing a party, that they were all going to chip in £5, and they were going to throw her a birthday party at the, what was it, the Bishop's Arms
Builder's
or something?
Arms.
Builder's Arms. Bishop's Arms.
Bishop's arms.
Ripped. All that bell ringing.
The Rip Bishop.
Sounds like a wrestler. So when she came knocking on the door, Mrs. Petty, about the flower, the brother-in-law of Queenie, said something, "No, we don't have pets here." So that was a joke they had that I wrote down.
Yeah, several of them get up. Well, actually, Douglas gets up first to answer the door, and I think it's established that he's like a quite a dim-witted character.
Who you mentioned looked like Lionel Messi,
Yeah,
just for visual reference for other people.
I said
out there.
Lionel Messi, and then Sam Rockwell. I thought he looked a bit like as well. It was Lionel Messi's sort of hair, glossy hair.
Glossy.
Glossy.
It was glossy, yeah.
Glossy hair.
And then he answers the door, and then he comes back, and they're like, "Who was it?" He's like, I don't know, how should I know?"
Yeah, I felt like really lazy writing at that point, just to prove he's dim-witted.
Shut up. That's what he said, wasn't it? Shut up. But then this is where the weird camera work came in. Like a couple of times, the camera would go linger on him watching TV, and it would just linger. Would go, why? Is he going to do something? And then no, it was just sort of staring. And then right.
I thought that was going to pay off at something at the end as well. Like considering the path that we did get, it shows that they're competent enough to write something like that. So I thought that was going to lead to, I don't know, I don't know what. But something that didn't establish about his character, but
Don't know.
no, just like long
Then
pause camera work.
the brother-in-law goes up and it's something about pets or whatever. That's a funny joke. And then Queenie comes bowling out and then threatens to kick her out the arse.
Yep, boot of the ass.
And then she sends her on her way. And it's like, I'm going to throw some crumbs out for Dicky Bird.
She throws half a loaf of bread.
She throws the loaf of bread at Mrs. Petty.
Yeah,
And it's free falling, as her son would sing.
nice.
Don't think it would have hurt. Fair loaf of
Half
bread.
a loaf of bread. Yes,
It's bread though, isn't it? Unless it was stale.
from a height. Bread from a height.
Chris, defer to the expert here. If half a loaf of bread fell from like what do you reckon, the 8th story?
We'll go with 8. It was quite high.
How much would it hurt a lot?
It might have hurt, but I don't know if it wouldn't have been fatal.
For what was quite a small woman, like I don't think it'd be fatal. No, but
No.
like,
I don't know. You'd be
I think-
surprised. You'd be so shocked, wouldn't you? To crumbs, but then you wouldn't.
yeah. I mean, if she did end up in hospital, I should phone for an ambulance. It's the least they could do.
Yeah, it would
Come on.
hurt. I don't think it'd be like brown bread though.
Come on. Now we're talking.
Do you sing that song in primary school? But brown bread. I did Leo eat brown bread. Every now and then I've got to check songs that sung in primary school to see if anyone knows what they were.
What?
I don't think you went to a school, mate. I would just
You just went to it was the Hovers Academy.
we talk. Oh, the loaf of bread from on the hedge. All right, and then that happens, and then I think after that is the stalking scene, isn't it? Back to the cake shop.
Yeah.
And they all sign the petition. They leave the cake shop, and they're just like, "Hey, bloody heck, what's happened? Look at this!" And then they've swapped out. They've stolen the petition, replaced it with something else, and put their own funny names on it. What are we talking? We're talking Harold Wilson, Prime Minister. We're talking Jackie Charlton, footballer. Donald Duck.
Cartoon.
Duck. Sailor.
He was actually he was enlisted. He was in what?
He served in the Pacific arena.
No, but like actually, as he was on you can request his military record.
Donald Duck.
Yeah, because he did a lot
Confirmed
of
kills.
He did a lot of wet work for the CIA. No, but he did like a lot of. He was like a big propaganda thing for during the war, and he actually was like officially. Like, I'm not saying like they sent him out on missions. Like this guy's 2-man mission,
You're on the Iwo
private
Jima.
duck. Fucking hell, it's just me then, is it? No, but he was actually
that
officially
photo of
enlisted.
them putting the flag off an Iwo Jima is stupid feathered hand pushing it up.
I told you once. I've told you 100 times. You've got to put some pants on. So that was where the phrase "going commando" came from. Oh, I don't know. Totally different branch of the military. Not even relevant, but it's a duck with no trousers, we can say. Anyway, but yeah, no, it is. Yeah, he was officially. You can request apparently.
Donald Duck.
Yeah,
Well, why? What is this? I don't understand. Like, why was that made up?
it wasn't made up. It's a fact.
But like, how did that come to be? I mean,
What rank did he get up to?
I don't know. I'm sure I've looked at it because he.
cracked in.
What? What?
Cracked in.
What are you doing?
I'm looking up Donald Duck and his military because I'm going to think I haven't dreamt this like some sort of psychopath who's like he's got his backstory for a duck.
Saving Private Donald.
Yeah.
What, just like a tear in his eye. Do I deserve to
Was
survive?
I a good man? Was I a good duck? Tell me I was a good duck.
Oh, God. Right. Yeah, right. Yeah, records of Donald Duck's honourable discharge from the US Army. So,
What rank did he get to? Sergeant.
Can I clarify? Was it actually him or somebody also called Donald Duck?
no, it wasn't like, what? No, it was not like an official thing. It wasn't like he was, oh my God. Right. So basically, they did like loads of propaganda videos and cartoons and stuff, and they basically put, for some reason, because that's why he's wearing like a sailor's outfit. He must have been in the Navy or something like that. And I'm sure there was like videos and stuff like propaganda where he went off to like war and stuff like that. So anyway, Disney's war effort, yeah, propaganda pieces, and then obviously they kind of enlisted him into the army and stuff, isn't it? Or the Navy, or the military.
I think Pluto was the co-pilot on the Enola Gay. So, you right?
Yeah, no longer allowed to be aired by researchers.
What rank did he get up to?
I'm looking. I think he was a sergeant. What? What's that?
Just angrily telling me. It's a sergeant.
It's a
Chris.
sergeant, all right. Give him some respect. Yeah, for his 50th birthday, in honour of his wartime service, Donald Duck was simultaneously promoted to the rank of sergeant and discharged from service.
Imagine other sergeants out there just knowing that they're on par with. Or
Yeah,
somebody
but that
one
was
below
like
you.
a big thing with like the war effort. Would have been propaganda, wouldn't it? Because then you're like,
Yeah, I'll just as a
you're
protest.
instilling your nation and stuff like that, and getting like the younger generation to, get into
You
the.
want to get the grass? Yeah, the younger generation, the ducklings. Yeah,
They've already got the formation, straight lines across the road, perfect, march in sync. That's half the problem, isn't it? If they can master curbs, they've done it, haven't they?
Yeah, storming the beaches won't be a problem. I mean, it's amphibious landings is just like they're perfect for them. Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So anyway, I don't know how we got onto
Well,
that, but yeah,
what was
Donald
the
Duck
fucking
was
hell was it?
in the military.
Because one of the names I wrote down on the piece of paper was Donald Duck.
Yeah.
I think that was the penultimate name because the last one I've got listed is Count Dracula.
Which I think, personally, I thought this was a joke of the week.
Yeah, raciest one for sure.
Yeah,
I'll be happy with that for joke of the week.
It's just like, oh, go on.
No, go ahead.
No, Chris has been rambling on, but go on.
Nothing's changed.
They basically made a joke that they can't spell the word count.
Yeah,
and they
look
sort
how
of
we
like-
spelt count in Count Dracula.
Yeah, and they held on that with the camera work for a little while just to emphasise the fact that it meant the C word.
Just because of the accents, wasn't it? So it's like kunt.
Is that how they say it?
Don't know. I've never been to.
So yeah, they'd swap the petition.
Yeah, so they all signed the petition, fake names, but they just left that piece of paper with the fake names there, and they took the actual petition itself and signed the rest of them with their actual names. But they switched the meaning of the petition. So instead of saying to evict them, it was basically to have a lock-in at the
Builder's Arms.
Builder's
So yeah,
Arms,
the next
thank
scene is
you.
them like exterior shot, zoom, lots of zooming. And there's people singing. It's late at night. It's following the policeman. Another bit of nice bit of camera work, watching him, showing him walking into the estate, really well lit. Strange, like Art Deco architecture. Strange. Policeman bowls into the pub. It's still open, and it's only the Shepherd family that are there.
Rule one of a
the
lock-in.
The publican.
Lock the door.
Yep.
Got it wrong.
So it looks like they're going to get in trouble. He's gonna nick the landlord.
Mm-hmm.
Then produces the petition. Do you think he's in on the, or do you think he takes their word for it?
I don't think he'd care less because he would just sound about I'll get 14 quid a week from them or something.
When was this
Nothing
aired?
to Majorca.
1970.
Oh, let's do
Here
this
we go.
game.
We haven't had nearly enough tedious inflation chat in this.
Well, I'm just wondering how much that.
So it's 14 pounds in 1970, was it? 1969?
1970.
So it would have been
Oh, you're working on
£190 in
Bloody
2021. £200 a week in a pub.
200 quid a week in the pub.
3 pints.
So the barman gets out the petition and says, and then the Queenie explains that the residents had done a petition to let them have, extend the licensing hours for her birthday. And they were having a sing-song, and that was about the end, really.
Yeah, which I was happy with that as being the end. And the policeman walked away, and then
Yeah, just zoomed in on a window, and then some old biddy looked out the window in an anger.
did it go to that Nora Batty character, or because it wasn't Mrs. Petty?
A different
was it?
character.
It was someone else
It was a
entirely.
random resident, I believe.
Oh, that was
Just a
strange.
random resident, yeah, maybe. Don't know.
But it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it's alright.
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I don't think it was the funniest thing we watched, but I think it was definitely one of the better written things that we've watched. I really want to separate those two things because I'm quite happy with this.
Mm. Yeah, it's good.
No,
It was
I-
alright, yeah.
Well, it still felt like maybe it was just because of the actors and the way they delivered it, but like in terms of the actual content and dialogue, it didn't feel too dissimilar to the Dustbin Man in the way that it was very
Centred around
wordy.
Dustbins.
It was very wordy, I thought.
Yeah, but I think that the type of language was different. In a Dustbin Men, they were trying to use clever words, but so they were trying to use like long, clever words. But in Queenie's Castle, I felt like they were using words effectively, so I had to win things or get one up on something. So she was like, she was a smart person rather than a clever person. If that doesn't sound too stupid.
Fair
That
point.
sounds mad.
Fair point. I think this might have been like the charisma of like Diana Dors and
Yes.
the supporting cast that might have.
Oh yeah,
carried
without
it.
a cast driving that, it would have been
Tedious.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely really good casting in this. So
Fair play.
stand the test of time.
No.
Mm,
I think the dynamic of the family and like matriarch, I can definitely see something like that happening today.
well, yeah. I mean, this is the thing I always bring up is that like I don't really 6 series in. I don't really understand what the criteria is we're basing whether it stands the test of time.
I thought
Because,
it was
like-
would it be made today with the same story and character types? Maybe not the same characters. 'cause around.
Yeah, like could you lift and shift it to
Yeah.
make things of today fit into that? And
Because really, like you could say that in terms of the dynamic in that, it's not really. You could draw parallels between this and like Only Fools and Horses, maybe, where it's like a duck and a diving family living in a flat and
Yeah.
whatnot.
See, yeah, I don't mind that. I don't really like the. I don't really find it that funny having like this family that's making life hell for everyone in the residence. I don't really draw much sort of. If there's 495 residents on an estate and one family's causing everyone's life to be like awful, I don't really find it funny or sympathise with that family. So I'd be like, well, yeah, just kick them off.
Yeah.
so next week we're watching Shameless. We'll do that.
Yeah, I don't see a bit
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
Shameless is a good one to draw.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never seen Shameless.
no, I just don't draw the appeal of like people
Yeah, personally, I don't find
getting away with.
I
I don't find it as antisocial behaviour amusing.
nothing funny about noise pollution. So
No. Well, no, but you get the impression that they're thieving and they're like cutting down the natural environment and this one thing, deforestation. Yeah, they're all right, but I mean, yeah, I don't really find that particularly amusing.
that was a joke, wasn't it? Where he said, don't wrap. He stole a side of pig. What was it? Pork. It was like it was literally
bacon, yeah.
half a pig hanging in the kitchen, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And he was like, "You'll use my counter to wrap it up in." And he was like, "Well, I can't just go walking around the street holding the pig, half a pig." "Oh, excuse me, officer. It's okay. I'm Tom the Piper's son."
yeah. That was nice.
you don't
That's quite
get that
cool,
put
yeah.
into much things, do you?
No,
No.
not enough for my liking.
Well, the pig was alive in that. That's right.
Well, the pig in the nursery one wasn't actually a pig. I think a pig was like a medieval pastry. I think
But the pig did bleat, and Tom was beat. A pie doesn't.
the pig was
sing.
eat.
No, the pig was bleat. The pig did bleat, and Tom was
I said
beat.
the pig was eat.
No, I thought it bleated, and it alerted the guards
Sheep bleat.
to the fact that
Pigs
Tom.
don't bleat. They oink.
Oh, it was the nursery rhyme, wasn't it? I wasn't going hard and fast with the semantics of the thing.
I think the pig was eat, and Tom was beat.
No,
Yeah, Tom, what are you doing?
no, he stole a pig, and
No way,
the
right.
pig was eat. Yeah, so
Yeah,
all
that's
right, so he ate a pig. All right.
Tables, terms, it's Thunderbirds, isn't it?
How's
Don't
that?
try and test me with nursery rhymes. Got a 8-month-old baby.
Would you guys like to play the game?
Pig was eaten, Tom was beat.
Let's hang up on this now.
Can't believe it. Yeah, kind of pastry, apple filling, smaller than a pie.
Yeah. There you go,
I
see?
thought it was a.
Dinner for tomorrow night.
Thomas has had that fucking shit knocked out of him for eating a pastry. Who
you
the
get him-
fuck
Yeah, but he
ate
stole
this?
it. Yeah, but he stole it. It
Tom.
wasn't the eating of the pastry. He stole it.
He stole,
Theft.
yeah. Yeah.
What's medieval
They just
punishment
chased
for
him
theft?
down and gave him a good kick in.
Good hiding.
Yeah. So the fucking what?
What?
The game was it?
Mark made a game, stupid game. Mark has made a stupid game. Let's play the game. Let's play the fucking stupid game.
Game today. No, because
Mark stupid game.
in my stupid game.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Go on
Queen, king or queen, or types of castles.
Martin Bailey very safe.
So you both pretty much got it, but the name of the game is Chris's Castle.
Oh,
So it's a castle questions for the both of you. There's 3 questions each about castles. I thought I'd make a game for you.
Chris is
guys
going to win this
time.
game.
Well, we'll see.
no, I don't know.
So I'm going to read out a series of questions about castles. I want you to tell me the answer.
That's weird. That's totally new format. Nice joke.
It's not been done before.
It's not number one.
Q&A. Wood again. So you first of all, for superstitious reasons, the Tower of London keeps some ravens at the tower at all times. How many?
Oh,
It's not really about
is
castle.
it-
It's birds.
it's not really about castles, is it? It's about
Is it
number of
5
ravens.
or 6?
5 or 6? 6.
It is 6.
That's so Raven.
James,
Yeah?
there are approximately how many jewels in the Tower of London? 23,500 or 25,000?
See, I get 5 or 6. That's a fucking mental question.
I like the way you've made it. You've just boiled it down to some fucking numbers again.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. To the nearest foot, how high is the keep of Dover Castle? The first one, 23,500.
Yes, it is correct. Well done. Wood, how much are these jewels estimated to cost?
It's all numbers. All numbers so far.
20 billion or 30 billion?
What? What?
Well,
What's the unit?
pounds.
Pound sterling.
Sterling.
Pound sterling.
20 million.
20
billion.
billion. So 20 billion, sorry.
Undervalued.
How much was that worth in 1970?
Let's go online. And
Sounds like planning a heist.
Come on.
You know how many jewels there are? How much they're worth? How many ravens are on watch?
Delete your search
how
history.
much petrol's in the car?
How many ravens are there? 5. Where's number 6?
How many executions took place in the Tower of London? Was it 11 or 22?
Ooh. In the Tower of London.
In the Tower of London.
I don't think it was that many because I think it's 11. Fuck.
22.
Shit.
Sorry.
Because I thought like, a lot of them happened up on Tower Hill rather than actually inside the grounds of Tower. I was wrong, but so
No, I just have it in the Tower of London. I don't know words. So this will take the game for you. Which decade did the last execution take place in this country? 1930 or 1940?
40.
What? What's the question?
Which decade did the last execution take place?
Just
1940.
generally.
Tower of London?
In the 40s.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know.
What was the last execution?
No, because they
place.
were still hanging people.
Yeah, hang people in the
Hanging
50s.
people
No,
into the
no,
40s.
I mean, people definitely hanged in like the late as the 50s.
No, maybe not. Maybe not in the UK, but in like globally. Well, they still guillotine someone in the 70s.
Or
whenever Star Wars came out.
1977.
Right, yeah, 40s.
It is
That's
1940.
fucking hell, that's
Yeah.
not right. That can't be right. That's
Well, the last execution to take place. Well, I imagine this.
in the Tower of London.
Yeah, I imagine so. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Fair play then. I'll take it back, I'm sorry.
It was a German spy, Joseph Jacobs, called August 14th, 1941, after being caught parachuting into England. So
He stole a pig anywhere he ran.
he did. That's fine. So that's 3. Jones, just for funsies. Last one. During the 1200s, that's the 1200s, a royal zoo was founded at the Tower of London. How long did it remain there before it was moved to the London Zoo in Regent's Park? 600 years or 700 years?
So 12. 7.
Come on, just think about when London Zoo was opened and get the date.
600.
Yeah, 600.
You been to Town London, Mark?
I have, yeah.
What do you think?
I don't remember.
Perfect. Just fucking hammered. Where are the two princes murders? Let me show me where it was.
I literally remember queuing. That's the only thing I remember.
Best part. You can count all the people
it's
in the
the,
line.
it's the English way, isn't it?
What queuing?
Yeah, that's what we do well.
Yep, queuing and racism.
Speak for yourself.
He's choosing again, isn't he?
What was the other one I was going to pick on?
It's not Dover Castle, wasn't it? Home James you're looking at, wasn't it?
It was you asked about that and health and efficiency. They were the two you asked about.
Oh, let's go for Prince Among Men. What?
I'm sensing a theme.
So
He's on George and the Dragon, Queenie's Castle, Prince Among Men.
Oh, I didn't even think of that, but it's probably a very real sort of like psychological answer.
He did like a find word for trebuchet in the sitcoms, but nothing came up.
right,
What's it called again?
Prince Among Men, and if I remember rightly,
Oh no.
it's a Chris Barry.
Oh.
This is not nice.
I think that was the one that I got mixed up with before.
How's that not on our list?
I'm
Sitcoms.
sure it is, isn't it? Oh my god! Look at that! Look at the font. Look at his face. Oh, look how long it ran for. Look,
What's that?
2 series from September '97 to June '98.
97.
September '97 to June '98.
Blimey. So you can join us on episode 3 of some series 6, where we watch. What are we watching here? Episode intro. You know, we've
What
not.
are you doing?
Oh, here we go. Series 1, episode 4. Monkey Business. We'll be watching. Monkey Business.
Talking about zoos.
A Prince Among Men. It's all connected. Yeah, Prince Among Men. We'll be there next week for more sitcoms.
Oh no, I'm just reading the last line of like
Yeah.
the sitcom was not
Yeah.
well received.
I'll never. You'll never guess what the main character's surname is.
We'll probably quite like it.
Prince.
Oh, is it? Oh. Oh, what? It's cop out, isn't it?
Oh.
I love how I'm trying to wrap this up and you two just moaning about the next thing we're watching.
Yeah, and one of the people moaning about it's the person who just fucking chose it.
Yeah, I was
Oh, why are we watching this?
misled.
Misled.
So we'll be back next week with a Prince Among Men.
Oh,
Series
again, Prince
1,
or Pauper.
episode
There you go.
4, I think
Predicted
it was. Yeah, series 1, episode 4, Monkey Business. I've been Mark Winter. That's Chris Wood and Chris Jones.
Yep.
Yeah.
You'll hear from us next week. See you later.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bad dates.